Okay, so today we're going to learn how to do a lattice top. Now, what you have for homework is to watch this video and to also complete this little activity. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to need a pair of scissors and you're going to cut out your circles. And you will need both of them, one to practice, one to turn in. So whichever one you want to turn in, that's fine with me. Now let's just pretend that we rolled out our pie dough like you saw me do in class. It's going to be a flat pie dough, and your pie dough should be big enough to fit your pie pan, and your lattice should be big enough to fit over top your pie pan as well. So what you're going to do is you're going to need a paring knife. So I'm going to use the scissors because when you actually use the pie dough, it cuts a little bit different on a pair of scissors. So what you're going to do is you're going to cut yourself 1-inch intervals just like that. Don't worry if they're not perfect, but you get the idea. So using a paring knife, you're going to cut yourself 1-inch intervals. So I'm going to do the rest with a pair of scissors because for your assignment, for class, for homework, definitely use a pair of scissors. But this is just going to give us the opportunity to practice to do a lattice weave. Now, this is important. You don't want to get your pieces out of order. Try to keep them in order because that will help you for the next part. The main objective for this activity is to practice weaving. Now I'm going to get started by arranging all my pie pieces kind of like they would be if I cut them with a paring knife. Now you're going to find that some of your pieces are really, really small. Just like in real life when we're dealing with pie dough, you probably won't use it all. That's fine. So I'm going to take this out and I'm going to throw that away. The rest I'm actually going to keep. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with my first couple of pieces. Just like that. Using a piece of tape, you're going to kind of get them situated. Now working with pie, you're going to be able to kind of press this down onto the pie dough that's already there. And you'll also have filling, so it'll rest on top of the filling. But for us, we won't have that luxury because we don't have any pie. We don't have a pie pan to attach it to. So we're going to use some tape. Now as you can see, I've kind of spaced them out a little bit like that. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to start my weave. Now again, you will have pie filling underneath this pie dough, so you will have syrup on the bottom of each of your pie pieces. So very carefully you're going to pull back every other piece thusly, and you're going to arrange just like that. This time you can use some more tape if you want. You don't necessarily have to. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. The first round I pull back 2 and 4. This round I'm going to pull back 1 and 3. You're going to pull it back just until you meet that pie dough that's across, just like that. going to put a little piece of tape on them just so they stay still. Okay, so the last one we just did was we pulled back 1 and 3. We're going to do 2 and 4. A little bit of tape to keep it from moving. There we go. And then our last one, we're going to do 1 and 3 again. I'm going to put some more tape down just to keep everything in place. And then I'm going to show you my lattice. Now working with actual pie dough is going to take a little bit more time, a little bit more finesse. But what this activity is, this activity just kind of gets you started on the process of weaving. Now that's my practice one. I'm going to try it again with my pink one. This time I'm going to go a little bit faster. So you take your pink one, you're going to cut your pink one out. I'm just going to flip this over and I'm going to work on this side. One, 2, 3, 4. The first ones I'm going to pull back is 2 and 4. You kind of want to use your pieces around the edges here. They're going to be smaller. They're going to be larger, so save your larger pieces for the middle. Use your smaller pieces for the edges. So they come back. 1 and 3. 2, and 4. Pull back 1 and 3. There you go. You have a lattice pie top. Now working with an actual pie is going to be a little bit more challenging, but at least you have the technique down. Starting off, kind of eyeball and number each of these so that you know, do the evens, do the odds.